Okay, so a few of you are having trouble with assignment 3, which is the index navigation assignment. So I'm going to give you a few pointers and kind of get you started on that. The first thing we want to do is make sure that your file is called index.html. Up until now, we've called them A1, A2, and so forth. This one's called index.html because that allows us to create a home page for the site. And what that means is that once I upload this, let me make sure I've got the fresh copy up there, and then I'll show you what it means. What it means is when I go to just my address, notice I'm not even typing the /index.html, I get the home page of the site. So we're creating a home page for our website so that people can type a cleaner, shorter URL that doesn't involve the full file name. So that's the purpose of having an index.html. So now I'm going to start building this out. And I'm going to start with a level 1 heading and make sure I surround that with the right tags here. And then I'm going to create a div, and I'll give that div an ID of navigation so that I know what it is later on. And inside that, I'm going to put a couple of links just to show you a1.html. Now I can do this, remember this is a relative link. If you look at the other video that I created, you'll see what a relative link means, but basically in this case I can just put the file name. But I want to show you how to style these as buttons because a few of you are having trouble with that. So I've got a1.html and I've got a2.html, and I'm going to upload that one more time just to make sure that that copy gets up to the web. And we'll switch back. And here we go. We've got Bill's home page, assignment 1.html, which is hello world, and assignment 2. Guess I didn't upload that. So let's go back and make sure that's uploaded so that it works properly. And there's the resume assignment, which was A2. Okay, so let's get some styles on this now. So I'm going to add the style tag to the head portion of my document. And beneath that, I am going to reference the anchor tag, but not all of them. I want to make sure that I'm only addressing the navigation ones, because then if I put a link down here that's outside of that, it'll still show up normal. And I'm just going to do an empty tag so you can see what that looks like. Okay, so let's address these. So the first thing I want to do is change the display, and I want to change it to inline block. And basically what that says is that it's going to have a block style element with borders that are more of a square, but it's still going to stay in line with each other, which is kind of important. Next thing I want to do is create a border. Let's go 1 pixel, and we'll go black, and we will go solid. Okay. And then I'm going to increase the padding. We'll just go 10 pixels all around. And let's change the background color. Let's just choose aquamarine here. That's going to be ugly and almost unreadable, but that's fine. Font size, let's go 16 pixels. And font family, let's try Arial and sans serif as the backup. And now let's take a look at this. I'm going to upload that index file again. Always upload after you make changes. Okay, so now these are starting to look like buttons, right? So here's an interesting thing. If I copy this, and I'm going to add what's called a pseudo element to that, so it says whenever I hover over that, we're going to change the color just a little bit here. I'm going to change it to aqua, which is just a little bit darker. And then I'm going to do one more, copy that again, active, which means when I'm clicking on it, I'm going to go with a nice gray color so it looks really obvious that I'm clicking on it. So now I've got a different style for the button, and you can change these. You can change any aspect of it, but when it's normal, when I'm hovering over it, and when it's active. So I'm going to deploy that one more time, upload it, go back to my browser, and now I've got some interactive elements. And then when I click on it, you can see it goes to the gray color. One more thing I want to do before we quit here. On a button, it looks kind of dumb for the text to be underlined like a regular link. So let's get rid of that. I'm going to go with text decoration, none. And I also want to do one more fun thing, border radius. I always like those rounded corners, so I'm just going to go with a 5 pixel radius on that. I want those two things to stay put for all of these, so I need to put them in all of those. Oops, forgot one thing. Always deploy after you change. So now, there we go. Now they really look like buttons. So that's how you create buttons. Just a starter, but you can get creative and do your own thing to make them look like buttons. And then your links will be a little bit more attractive and a navigation bar. But now see the other link here stays like a normal link, which is nice. So that's the purpose of using these nested. So basically what I'm saying here is any anchor tag that is inside the navigation bar. So that's it.